Welcome back to Be Rich. And I'm here in Madras in my home. And Sashwath is at university and he is having some free time. So he wanted to discuss some aspects of a book which I read and I recommended to him many years ago called The Richest Man in Babylon. So he thought that we will do a short 10-minute video on that. Shashwath, you may ask the questions, I'll answer it.
So, first of all, for context to the viewers, The Richest Man in Babylon is actually a very old book. It was written close to 100 years ago. It was written in 1926 by George S. Clason. And he is someone who is not typically considered as an investor. He actually served in the military during the Spanish American War and later started an Atlas firm also, which went bankrupt during the Great Depression. And it is a testament to the book's message, which is that anyone can become wealthy through a series of carefully calculated decisions. And initially, when I was recommended this book, I was quite skeptical as to what I could get from such an old book. And also, given that this book was set in an even older period, it was actually set during the Babylonian times, which is millennia ago or more than 2 millennia ago. So, this is quite old. So, given the setting for this book and given the context behind this book, I was quite skeptical. But after having read it, it's a very short book. It took me one day to finish it. But after having read it, I have to say that the lessons in the book are very pertinent to this day. And I thought that maybe we could go through the lessons and get your comments on this book. So, the three main aspects of this book lie in increasing one's income streams, forestalling excessive spending, and to multiply wealth through prudent investing. These are the three main principles, and under which there are multiple rules which Mr. Clayson sets forth. So, the first rule he says is saving, and he says that you can only become wealthy by storing some of what you earn. And he states that it is vital that an individual save at least 1/10 of their income. So, what do you have to say about this rule?
Okay, this book was written when currency was pegged to gold. So 10% of income made sense because for long periods the currency would remain stable. But you are now playing in a different track altogether where the ball is turning square from day one. So basically, your medium in your saving is also losing value. That is, if you save in rupees, losing value fast. If you're saving in dollars, it is also losing value. So 10% is not enough. I think one has to take it up to 30% to counter the depreciation in the currency. Of all currencies, only thing some depreciate very fast, some depreciate slowly. So we have to keep that in mind and keep 30% of your savings. Yes.
Okay, right. So, another point which I want to add on to that is that from the times in which the book was written to today, the real cost of goods have become cheaper. We have improved technology, we have productive efficiency, and today, what we pay for a clothing article is much cheaper than what our ancestors had to pay for their clothing, their food, their other products. So, today, a smaller portion of your income has to go towards these things, which also opens up a larger portion of your income to be able to save in certain aspects when you
It's a
only
very good
consider
point.
the
It's a very
necessary.
good point. Everybody thinks that things have become costly, but a lot of things have become very cheap, especially the articles of mass consumption, like your footwear, your clothing, and all that has become very cheap. This
Yes.
kind, the especially the lower end footwear, the materials were not simply available because you had to use rubber, natural rubber. Today you're using synthetic material. We had to use naturally grown fiber to make clothes. Today, cotton is still very expensive, linen is still expensive, but man made fibers have become very cheap. So, we have been able to clothe everybody. We have been able to give decent footwear to everybody. It is only because of technology. Another thing that has become very inexpensive is information because communication has become very cheap. This has had happened 30 years ago. There is no way we could have recorded this. In fact, I couldn't have even spoken to you on a daily basis because the cost of calling you would have killed me. So, the communications, clothing, footwear has become very cheap. There is no doubt about that. I
Yes.
do not know about food. But definitely this has become very cheap.
I would argue food as well because a lot more people went hungry before than what they do today.
That is because the production of food grains has increased,
Yes.
production of milk has increased.
No, but my point is if consumption has increased along with production, then people who went hungry then should go hungry today.
No, no, but
Salaries
what
have
also,
become cheaper in net.
no, and also what salaries have gone up, more people have got jobs, the economy has grown, and people have become more productive.
Yes, with the economy becoming more productive, but my point still is that the actual cost, for example, growing a grain of rice
Mm.
required much more square footage back then than what it does require today.
Yes, yes,
So, on a whole, the amount of energy and time and resources that goes into producing 1 calorie has come down, is my argument.
yes, yes. Productivity has come up,
Yes.
and all that is technology.
Yes, it is technology. But let's not digress. Let's move on to the next point. He says that today, I mean, this is our opinion, of course, but which you've told me as well, necessary expenses end up growing with income. But he says it's essential to avoid the rise of increasing your consumption along with income. And he says that you must make your gold, or in our case, of course, rupee, increase, that is, work for us. And he says that it's crucial to raise your active income streams and equally, if not more important, to set up passive income streams. So, this is what his next rule is.
It is very clear because this is called as creeping life inflation. So as your income expands, your expense also expands to meet the same. And it is very true. I have seen it in my own life. So your near and dear ones are not very, though I would like it, would not like to keep the money by allowing it to accumulate. So the chances of you want to have good things in life, you want to travel more, you want to see more places, you want to spend more money. So you want to buy things which you don't need, which you don't use. All this feeds this cost of living increases. Now there is a danger in this because very few people, especially accountants, auditors, architects, lawyers, have an income for life. Most of us have to retire at some stage. And these days, the retirement age is coming younger and younger. You have to pick up a second job and do a job light till you retire. But the most productive years of your life are becoming younger and younger because the pyramid is, you're at the top of the pyramid. There are people at the bottom, they are pushing you up all the time.
I would also venture to add content creation in the list of things which you don't have to retire from.
I won't add that because you can go out of fashion. If
Yes,
you
but
are
you have
not,
many great writers who write at their age.
yeah, no, no, what I'm saying is these are exceptions. Not every writer is popular. There's a limit on number of files an auditor can sign. And you can go to work and make some money. Now, whereas journalism is dead, you don't make good journalists anymore because you don't pay for it. The advertisement was paying for it. There's a seminal book called Long Tail, which explains that beautifully. So, content creation was, but is not anymore because it has democratized and YouTube is free for everybody. So, what you need to do is when your good days are there, you create streams of passive income. What are the passive incomes? You write a book, like you say, or create a music, you get royalty. My
Yes.
good friend Shashi Tharoor has enormous royalty. He has written about 20 books. So you have royalty. You can sell a license for a software that you write. You can license the music. People use your music, they pay for it. That is one. You have properties in, especially in India, your forefathers have left you property. That means you get a good rental income. Today, you cannot buy a property and rent an excellent income like because the cost of land is too much. So you had to be winning a ovarian lottery to do that. Then you can set up bonds which give you very good returns. You have picked up equity at very cheap price. So at the price at which you have invested, your dividend yield is about 10%. I was very lucky to have ITC and Karnataka Bank at that levels. So these are the ways you have a passive income. At some stage in your life, in your mid 50s, hopefully, the passive income covers your expense and allows something to keep investing because your lifestyle will keep on expanding. So you cannot consume all your passive income. You have to reinvest it. So when you are in my age, your passive income has to be greater than your active income.
Yes.
So the active income will just go to invest and the passive income will allow you to live And before, the government used to give you a pension. Today, there are no pensions. So it's very important that you set up a passive income stream. So you have to start early. Like Charlie Munger said, the first quarter million is tough or $1 million is tough. Then it becomes easy. I think the first quarter million was tough according to him. According to me, the in India, the first 25 lakhs is very difficult. If you cross 25 lakhs, then the investment starts to give you money, cash flow, which is meaningful, which you can reinvest.
Yes. So he also says that you should not invest in things you do not understand. And he says that if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
It is the classic Buffett rule to invest within the circle of competence.
Yes.
And
But he said it before Warren Buffett. Let's,
he said this long before Buffett was born.
yes,
Buffett was born
1926.
in 1932.
Yeah.
This book came out in 23, 10 years before Buffett was born. The other thing he says is very important, especially for viewers listening to us in Tamil Nadu. You have this Anubhav plantation scheme, you have this Emu bird scheme. All these are classic Ponzi schemes. When your banks and your fixed income does not give you enough return, you tend to fall for these
Too good to be
schemes.
true schemes.
To be latest was the Mylapore Benefit Fund scheme. All these are too good to be true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, shall we wrap it up then?
Yeah. I think this is all the time we have, Sashwath. So we will discuss this book, the second part again, and we will take it forward from there because this will require a lot more discussion and it will require 2, 3 episodes on this. But these are the basics for making money. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like this video and subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. We do have a Hindi channel called Paisa Boltha Hai for those who know Hindi and want to follow our content in Hindi, where we discuss current market topics. Please subscribe to our channel Paisa Bolta Hai and subscribe to the same. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich.
Thank you. Hey guys, that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan, and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog slash newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it. And we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu. And these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you.